Hey everyone, Token Dave over here, dorky token black guy that's just trying to get by. And welcome to another edition of the Token 10. My top 10 list on a particular subject matter, and this Token 10 is in conjunction with the Street Fighter Flashback. In celebration of the 30-year anniversary of Street Fighter, I'm taking it upon myself to share my memories of playing the arcade and console games at that period of time, and as well as share my thoughts and feelings on other Street Fighter related media. So, I've told you guys who my favorite Street Fighter non-Shoto characters are. I told you who are my favorite Street Fighter Shotos. I let you guys know who are my favorite Street Fighter antagonists and protagonists. How does this all fit together? Basically you know all this, but you guys don't know who are my favorite characters in the whole franchise. Well, let's rectify that. This is Token Dave's top 10 Street Fighter characters, alright? However, there will be one provision, alright? The main provision is everyone on this list is solely from Street Fighter. This does not have any of the Final Fight characters, nor does this include any of the characters from Akira, aka the company that made Street Fighter EX, because I just found out that basically they're creating a new game with those characters on their own. So, this is my complete Street Fighter only list, alright? So, let's start with number 10. Cammy White. While Fei Long became a fan favorite, there's no deniable that of the new characters from Super Street Fighter 2, Cammy was the breakout and everything. She is like a really slim, athletic, agile, military operative and everything, whom, let's confess guys, everyone basically focuses on her posterior, particularly like, people that I know that of our Hispanic descent and of African American descent, because, yeah, that ass with Cammy. That's a hootie right there and everything, or what you would call them. That's a pwog, fat ass white girl and everything. But that's not the only physically appealing thing about Cammy and everything. For me personally, I really love her eyes and I love the way her face is shaped and everything. I could understand why Balrog was like really hesitant about killing her, because she is definitely a huge thing of beauty. But Cammy is not all looks. She has one of the most ferocious fighting techniques that I've seen in a fighting game. And it's very appropriate because she is an extremely small and petite female. So her fighting capabilities of basically being like mixing gymnastics with a lot of bone-breaking quick actions and everything, she has such blinding speed. It's very few could match her when it comes to speed and agility. And this brings Cammy into my top 10 and everything, because basically as the second leading female in the Street Fighter franchise, Cammy is just like awesome. Number 9, Yang from Street Fighter 3. Ryu and Ken have an interesting dynamic and everything, but frankly, Ryu normally gets pushed to the front almost all the time, and normally people are bigger fans of Ryu. Same thing with Sagat and Adon. Well, hardly anyone likes Adon from what I've seen and everything. This is the same treatment that Yang gets as one of the Lee twins and everything. Everyone talks about Yun all the time and everything, but Yang is a really interesting character. Yang, the blader, the more calmer, observant one, the kicker and everything. And to top it off, you know, he has a bit of an interest. There's a bit of an interesting love is a, what was that thing that my friend told me? What you recall? Love trapezoid going on with Yang. You know, Yang is actually in love with his brother's girlfriend and everything, but his twin brother can't see his feelings for his girlfriend. At the same time, Yang's girlfriend is aware of Yang's feelings for her sister and everything, but, like, you know, is so much in love with Yang that she'll do anything to stay with him. And to top it off, you know, Yang's motion, basically the way he utilizes Kung Fu in the game, it actually looks more Kung Fu-like and everything. See, Yun is a little more straightforward with his techniques, while Yang has more of the circular and wave motions and everything, which is one of the reasons why I actually appreciate him so much. And to top it off, I like his, like, you know, his little, like, you know, 1-inch death touch super, top it off, and as well his, like, you know, kicking super, which they made look really awesome in Super Street Fighter 4. And as well as, like, you know, I feel that there are more combos that you could pull off with Yang compared to Yun. So, a really highly underrated character that doesn't get enough of the spotlight, Yang is my number 9 pick. Number 8, Sean, Street Fighter 3. For those that know me personally, you know, you knew this was going to be a shoo-in and everything. Now, for those that don't know me personally, let me explain something about Sean. When I was first in training, you know, karate is my favorite martial arts style of them all. And I love the Japanese martial arts. When I was training, I fought a lot like Sean. You know, I would do a tornado kick, but instead of, like, you know, the, like, outside, the, outside caressing kick that he did. No, instead of the inside-outside caressing kick that he did, you know, for his tornado kick, I did the, inside-outside one, number 1. Number 2, I actually did do, I used to try to utilize a dragon punch in fighting when I was sparring with some people. And I actually ended up pulling off the dragon punch, turn around, and just snuff someone within that. So I did that. Now, his tornado kick, or his version of the Tatsumaki Sanbukyaku, yeah, I couldn't do that. My version was more like, you know, the version in Ryoku no Ken. I'll talk about that pretty soon, by the way, guys. So expect that. Anywho, originally, Sean was from New York and everything, which was another thing, you know, because I was like, wow, you know, black dude, knows karate, he's young, and he's from New York. How can I not love this guy and everything? Then in Second Impact, they made him from Brazil. Okay, fine and everything. But that was where I realized, is he the joke character? Is he the dead Ibuki? Hibuki? And then Street Fighter 3 Third Strike made it clear he is the joke character and everything. Now, the problem is, like, you know, Capcom really tries to make us dislike Sean. And that's really wrong and everything. I feel like that's wrong. And I personally feel that's a bit of a prejudicial vibe that they have and everything. But neither here or there, you know, Sean actually, like, you know, is very eager to learn fighting, because keep in mind, he is actually a newbie. He is not a master. He's trying to learn this and trying to pick this up and everything. And it's remarkable that he got so far to be chosen to be one of the chosen few to actually be able to take part in the Third World Warrior tournament, you know, with his, like, you know, and that goes as a testament to his raw potential and everything. But he is fairly new, and he's not the prodigy that Sakura is, so he has to work hard at it, you know. But I've been talking about Sean for a little bit. Flat out, Sean, one of my favorite characters of all. It was my favorite characters of all video games, but if we're just talking about Street Fighter and everything, he is in the number 8 spot. Number 7, Dudley, Street Fighter 3. Yes, I know, guys, a lot of Street Fighter 3 characters are in here thus far and everything. And Dudley has to be here. One of the things about fighting games is that boxers really tend to not get the proper respect or treatment they deserve, you know. Me personally, like, I was one of these people that felt that boxing was inferior compared to, you know, all the other martial arts styles. But, however, with how New York was at the time, most places were not teaching you full contact. You had to learn boxing, and that was where I really got much more of an appreciation for it. But at the same time, Dudley came out in Street Fighter 3 the same year that I started taking boxing. And good God have mercy, the way Dudley fought was amazing, and his control is actually much better than M. Bison's control and everything. And, you know, his outside style, while I would probably be more of a slugger at this point because, like, I've gained a lot of weight and, like, I was already trained as a schwammer and everything, Dudley's outside style is one to marvel at. He actually uses boxing more like a game of chess, and he's more of an analytical boxer compared to M. Bison being the go in, like, you know, hit him as hard as you can and everything, and, like, you know, ground and pound and everything. And to top it off, he has this regal attitude towards him and everything. It can come off as snobby and everything at times, but he is a nobleman and he is a knight and everything. And I love the comparison of him being the knight with, you know, with the European knight to the Japanese samurai. Very great comparison, very great addition and everything. Dudley is definitely one of my favorite boxers and is one of my favorite characters of the Street Fighter franchise. Number 6, Sagat. He had to be on the list. The original boss character of the original Street Fighter game, Sagat, like, he epitomizes old school Muay Thai. You know, the raw power, ferocity, the balance of it and everything, as well as the flexibility. Sagat is a force to be reckoned with, you know, and while, like, you know, I really felt him and Ken were worthy adversaries towards Dew and everything, you know, Sagat was always one character that I really felt like, you know, was slightly underrated, but at the same time, you know, he was immensely powerful that he frustrated a lot of people. And, you know, that was warranted because Sagat, the Emperor of Muay Thai, the original boss character, is just a force of nature, so very brutal, and he represents the tiger, whereas Dew represents the dragon and everything. And there's not much to say about Sagat other than pure awesomeness, pure power. All right, I'm just going to stop this right here and, like, you know, give you guys a breather. But what do you guys think so far? You know, drop me a comment below and let me know some of your favorite Street Fighter characters or your top 10 Street Fighter characters. Like this video, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when a new video loads. But until then, this has been Token Dave, the dorky token black guy who's just trying to get by. I'll catch you guys later.